Arhantaram Namo Siddhadam Namo Airiyadam Namo Uvachayadam Namo Loe Sapasahudam Mangalam Bhagavan Viro Mangalam Gautamo Gano Mangalam Kunda Kundatyo Chena Dharmostu Mangalam Sarva Mangalya Mangalyam Sarva Kalyana Karakam Pradhanam Sarva Dharmanam Chainam Jayatu Shasanam Chainam Jayatu Shasanam Chainam Jayatu Shasanam मोक्षमार्गस्य नेतारं भेत्तारं कर्मभूभृतां ज्ञातारं विश्वतत्त्वानां वन्दे तद्गुणलब्धये वन्दे तद्गुणलब्धये वन्दे तद्गुणलब्धये. Okay, so what we are going to do today is we're going to have a recap of all that we have learned so far. Okay, and what we started with was this great mantra called Namokar mantra. Namo Arhantadam, Namo Siddhadam, Namo Airiyadam, Namo Uvachayadam, Namo Loe Sabbasahunam. Right? And then we started with this very fundamental question: what is dharma? Dharma is not religion. Dharma that we concluded, the fact that we concluded, is dharma is nothing but the very nature of everything. So, what is the dharma of fire? So dharma basically is duty. So fire burns. So to remain lit up is the dharma of fire. So fire, if even if it burns you, it's not deviating from its dharma. It's just doing what its nature is. Similarly, water, it also has its own dharma. Air, sun, moon, this Mother Earth, mountains, ice, all sort of things, gold, iron, all these things, they are things, they have their distinguished qualities, and they remain stick to those qualities, and therefore they are called to follow their dharma. Similarly, the soul, the knower, must also have some sort of dharma. So how do we define dharma? We started this discussion with, and the answer that we got about the definition of dharma was Dhammo Vattu Sahavo. Dharma is nothing but the nature of everything. So when we actually realize how a particular thing behaves, we know its dharma, and then we can actually align our all our what should I say? How we are going to behave to that particular thing will depend on what kind of dharma we perceive that thing to have been possessing, right? So dharma was defined as the nature of everything. And there was also one fundamental duty that we gave to dharma. Dharma must be something that provides us with the ultimate bliss. Yo dharati uttame sukhe. Dharma delivers the ultimate bliss. If it's not for dharma that I might get happier, why will there be any need that I follow any strict regulations, rules, or conditions imposed by dharma? So we follow the discipline of dharma, hoping that it will, following those norms, will lead us or will deliver to us ultimate bliss. So those are the two things that we must know about dharma. First, dharma is nothing but the nature of everything. So that if I know the nature of something, I can align my conduct to that particular object. And then second thing is following dharma, I must attain happiness. I must attain ultimate bliss. So dharma is something that makes us happy, right? It's so simple. See, knowing about lion, does it make you happy? Knowing about a tiger, does it make you happy? See, if you are going to a place and somebody tells you that okay, while you'll be going to that place, you'll have to pass through that jungle, and in that jungle there lives a very dangerous lion. Now, this information, does it help you in any way? Yeah, it helps us a lot. Now we are extra prepared, we are cautious. and we'll ensure that, okay, because I know that there lives a lion in this, if the route permits, we'll just not cross that road. We'll just, restructure, we'll replan our commute. So if I know about something, I know how do I have to impose my conduct upon that, knowing those information. So therefore, because I know that there lives a dangerous lion, I have aligned my conduct in a way that I might not uh, end up in a position of threat. Correct? So that's how, if I know the nature of everything, if I have all knowledge, then my life would be framed in such a fashion that it will not deliver any kind of pain. So ultimately, we'll get a place, right? And for that, we asked this one fundamental question: is there somebody who is completely blissful? Is there a soul which is completely happy? And then we were told, yes, there are not one, there are five people. There are five supreme souls that we call Parmeshtis, who are either on the path to an ultimate place, or who have attained ultimate place. So Arhantas and Siddhas are the ones who have attained ultimate place, and Acharyas, Upadhyayas, and Sadhu Parmeshthis are the ones who are walking right on the path to liberation, or on the path to attain happiness. Correct? So in this, we also learned about the meaning of Namokar mantra. Namo Arihantanam is I bow down to Arihantas. Namo Siddhanam means I bow down to Siddha Parmeshthis. Namo Aidyanam means I bow down to Acharyas. Namo Vajjayanam means I bow down to Upadhyayas. Namo Lois Sabasahunam means I bow down to all these Sadhu Parmeshthis. Right? And then we actually had one question, that do these five Parmeshthis, do they have any superpowers? Can they save us from the dangers? Can they help us in getting loads of money, a good family, good health? Do they give us something? Are they really powerful? Why are they being called supreme beings? And why everybody is going down to them? Do they have certain superpowers like Superman, like superheroes? Do they own something? And to which we concluded, no, they do not have those kind of superpowers. The powers that they hold are the power of happiness, power of bliss. We idealize happiness, and therefore they have ultimate happiness, they have ultimate bliss, and therefore we adore them. So the condition that we bow down to them is that why they are adorable, why they are ideal to us, because they are vitrag, vigyani, they are completely dispassionate, and they are omniscient. So they are Vitaragi and they are Sarvagya, or they have Vitarag Vigyanata, which is actually the only way that can give us happiness. The only thing that can give us happiness is Vitarag Vigyanata. And for this, we actually learned about one chart, the happiness model. It was very simple. It just said, it just asked us to question whether happiness comes from within or from outside. So when we said yes, happiness comes from outside, from external experiences and possessions, then we asked it whether is it in my capacity to own everything that is external to me and to craft experiences according to myself. Can I make seasons come and go according to my will? Can I own literally everything that I want to have? No. Can all the necessary resources and experiences can ever be possessed? If your answer is yes, then can all the available resources and experiences forever be sustained? So I said, okay, I can own everything. But for how long? If everything remains constant, I am decaying on a daily basis. I am growing old, and one day I'll lose all my powers. I'll be old and sick. And then what will I do with all the properties that I have? So ultimately, no. So the answer to all these external situations and possibilities was no, and therefore this cannot be the way to happiness. Then comes the second question. Does the happiness come from internal attributes and experiences? If answer is yes, do you need anything else to sustain happiness? If I need anything else, then again I go to that trap of external things. And if I don't, then there is no point in holding on to the things that are external to me. So there are only two answers to this. Happiness can either be found inside or it can come from outside. When I see happiness coming from the outside, it is not actually materializing in the way that I want it to materialize. So then I come down. So there is only one way left, that it must be coming from inside. When it is coming from inside, do I need anything from the outside? No, I don't need anything from the outside. When I not need anything from the outside, then it's better that whatever comes and whatever goes, I remain indifferent in all those situations. And that is called the situation of vitaragata. When I'm neither attached, when I neither carry any attachment nor any aversions towards a particular thing, when I neither do the raga or nor do the dvesha, when I neither like something nor do I dislike something, then I am in the mode where I am truly at equilibrium. I'm at equanimity with everything. So external possessions are what keep us busy from rejoicing the innate treasure. Therefore, the aparigraha and therefore vitaragta, because happiness can never be outsourced. And therefore, we concluded that only that person can be happy who is completely detached. Who is completely detached? The Arihantas, the Siddhas, the Acharyas, Upadhyayas, Sadhus. Because our Parmeshtis, they own nothing. They do not even have clothes on their bodies. Forget about house or family or jewelry or gadgets. They do not have anything. So therefore, because they have let go of everything, and they have fully concentrated on their innate treasure that their soul is. So what is adorable? Happiness is adorable. How do you get happiness? By practicing Vitarag Vigyanta. Who has this Vitarag Vigyanta? The five Parmeshthis have this Vitarag Vigyanta. Therefore, who is adorable? The five Parmeshthis who own Vitarag Vigyanta, which is adorable. Right? Yes, Kripaji.
So when we're talking about the who is Vitrag, Vigyanta, and is that all the five? You've written the five Brahmeshtis, but you know, Munis still have some desires, do they not?
Yes, they have Pichi and they have Kamandalu, but that does not count as Parigraha. Why? Because Kamandalu is required to maintain the cleanliness of this body, because they have not let go of this body as yet. This body is actually constantly requiring some maintenance. So to keep themselves clean from those all the things that this body has, all the conditions the body comes with, they keep kamandalu. So we call it as shuchita ka upkaran. It's for cleanliness that they have the kamandalu in which they have water. And one is sanyam ka upkaran, means see, this body is a physical entity. The soul is not physical. It has its own shape, but it does not hurt anything. It cannot be obstructed by a physical object. Soul is invisible, but this body is physical. And since Muniraj has this body, and they have to go from one place to another. So if I am going to sit on this particular stone in this jungle, my body is going to sit, and there might be a possibility that on that stone, there might be some small organisms. So if I sit down on that stone without saving those microorganisms, then I'll be guilty of hinsa. I commit violence. So I need to have something through which I can save those jivas. And therefore, Muniraj have Pichi. So these two are actually part of their form, the form that they have attained, Digambara. So one is for the cleanliness so that they do not get dirty. Another is to save others because of this body's conditions. They do not want to hurt others. So before they pick up anything, they put down anything, they just clean it with their pichi. So only two things they're allowed. And third thing can be a grantha, a book that they want to read. They can carry these three things. So a Jain monk can have these three things. One is for cleanliness, kamandalu. Another is to practice non-violence or self-restraint. It's called pichi. And to attain knowledge. To further know about the Jinvani, they can keep one Grantha. These three things do not count as parikrama, right? Except these things, they're not allowed to even have a single thread, not even a single thread. Yes, Soham, you have a question?
No, my hand wasn't up.
Oh yeah, Jia, sorry. Jia Adi.
Um, if God Arihant has no need or desire, and so does money, they don't want to have it. Why do they want to become Arihant? Why do they want to gain more?
I didn't get your question. What you're saying? If they do not,
They want to attain moksha,
Mhm.
want to achieve happiness, but isn't that a desire they want?
Sorry. Adi, can you repeat it one more time? I could not hear it properly. So they want moksha. Yes.
Munis and arihants,
Yeah.
they want moksha and they want true happiness, but isn't that a desire?
Yes, exactly. Great question. So to want happiness or to want moksha is again a desire. And desires are actually sufferings, right? The person who has desire is the person who is unhappy. So on one instance, you say that you want moksha. On the other instance, you say that I'm going to disown all my desires, and this is self-contradictory. That's what you're asking, right? Yes? Good question. Very good question. See, that's what our scriptures say. Even the person who wants liberation will never get liberated. Anybody who wants anything is actually is actually acknowledging that he is short of something. If I'm saying that I need this, it means I'm disclaiming that I don't have it. Correct? So if I say I need some time, so I'm saying I don't have time. If I say I need some clothes, because I don't have good clothes, right? So if I say I need salvation, I need liberation, I need moksha, it means I don't have moksha. But then acharyas, the gurus that we have, they further question, okay, fine, we'll give you moksha. But from where will the moksha come? From where will the salvation come? It will come from your soul itself, right? The soul is the only object which is going to be salvated, which is going to be liberated, correct? So they said, just like there is one seed and the whole tree comes out from that seed. Have you seen how these huge trees come out from? They come out from one single seed. Can you see a seed, the size of a seed? It's just small, very small size the seed has. But when you sow it and you water it and you take care of it, it grows so big and becomes a huge tree. So now I want you to answer me this. Does the seed in itself carry a tree? Does the seed have a tree or does it not? No, the seed does not have a tree. Then how come when you sow it under beneath the earth, it grows up to be a tree, a huge, big tree? From where does the tree come? From where? Without a seed, can you grow a tree? No, you cannot. So is seed not a tree? The seed is not a tree, and without seed, you cannot grow it, right? That's what it's actually a gatha from the Granth Yogasara. What Acharya says is it requires like there are people who carve idols out of stones, right? So even the children, they have this clay and they do the clay play, right? So you see clay, what you see clay, if I know I want to make cartoon out of it, I want to make a character out of it. In that clay bottle, I will be able to see that how I'm going to craft a cat out of that clay. Similarly, a person looks at a stone and he can actually see that, okay, I see a great idol in that stone, correct? In that stone, there is no idol. That's a stone. That's a simple stone. But an artist, what he does is he takes a chisel and he removes the extra parts, and boom, you see a beautiful idol coming out of that very piece of stone. So I want to ask whether the idol was there in the stone or whether it was not there in the stone. What did the artist make? Did he make the idol? Did he make the idol? Did he make it? What did he do? Soham, what did the artist do? This is an idol made up of stone. So some artist made it, right? He made it, correct?
Yeah.
What did he make? Did he make the stone?
He carved the stone to make it look like the idol.
So what did he make? I'm asking my questions. Did he make anything in this?
He made a lookalike of the idol.
I don't think he has made anything. It used to be a big chunk of a stone, and just he removed the extra stone from it, right?
Yeah.
He just removed. He did not make anything. He did not add anything to it. He removed the extra stones.
Yeah.
Yes. So if somebody says, did he make anything? I would say, no, he did not make anything. He didn't make anything. He just removed the what was extra, right? So now
Yeah.
come back to that stone again. Let's say this is that stone, correct? So now is this thing, this object, is it there in this stone or is it not there in this stone? It's hidden there somewhere in this stone?
No.
No. This is the very stone. I think this is the stone. See, this is the stone and this is the idol that we have. Correct? Is there a idol in this stone or not?
No.
No. If you show it to an artist, he will say yes. And he'll tell you where the nose are, where the eyes are. Will he not? That's how all idols are made. They look like this initially. And then the artist comes and he removes all the extra pieces of layer, all the layers of stone. And then boom, you see a fine, like the end result, great work of art. So the question is whether this stone has an idol in itself or not.
I'm not sure.
Why you're not sure? Is it going to do some magical spell and make idol out of it? The artifact is going to be made up of this piece of stone.
Because you can make anything with the stone. So
Exactly. But whatever you want to make, so let's say you want to make an elephant out of it. But
yeah.
before making elephant out of it, you will have to see the elephant in it. Will you not?
Yeah.
So where you're going to put your chisel first, right? So an artist, before he plans to make an idol of it, he first sees that idol in it or not.
Yeah, he does.
That's how he start working on it. Yes, Adi, yes or no? First, you have to see if you have to make a human face out of this stone. First, you have to imagine, okay, from where can you see the nose? Where can you see all the things? Yes or no? Yes, you have to see it first. Yeah. And first you see it, you visualize it, and then you use your all the equipments that you have, and then later on you rediscover that you have actually created what you actually first visualized. Yes or no? Same thing is happening in this process of liberation. What they're doing is we right now are like this. We are like this stone. We have anger, we have desires, we have all sorts of passions, raga, dvesh, everything. Yes, what Munirajas do, what monks do, acharyas, upadhyas, and sadhus do, they just see this, they are like artists, and they say, okay, fine, what you see as a great, just a piece of stone, it's not a piece of stone. A god's idol can be carved out of it. If you know what is extra and can be removed. So Adi, Arihantas or Acharyas or Upadhyas or Sadhus, they do not want liberation. They see liberation in themselves. They see just like an artist sees the idol, and then they know whatever is expressed to be removed and whatever will remain will be me. Similarly, they just remove the rag and dvesh, and whatever is left is called Siddhatma, is called the Bhagwan, is called Parmeshti. So it's not about wanting liberation. It's about finding out that I am complete. We all are complete. You must have heard it many times that we all are Bhagwans. Have you heard about it? Hu Paramatma Chu. I'm Bhagwan. Why am I saying this? I am Bhagwan. It's not that I am Bhagwan like this. I am Bhagwan like this. If you have the eyes of an artist, you can see that I am Bhagwan. Only I need to work a bit on my appearance. I need to put out the extra part, and then you'll find out that, okay, what I claim that I am Bhagwan, I look exactly like Bhagwan. Only that is required. But before becoming this, you have to see this, and you have to visualize that you are not this, you are this. First process is to visualize, and then only you can, use your equipments, use your chisel and all to carve out Bhagwan. Yes or no? Am I making point? Therefore, even the monks, they do not want to become Arihanta. They first visualize that they are Arihanta. And it's not therefore called desire that I want to be liberated. I am liberated. It's only the chunk of the dust of karmas that I have to remove. I'm already here. The tree is already there in that seed. You just have not sowed it. You sow it and you'll see that tree was always there. The Bhagwan was always here. The idol was always here. I was always Arihanta. I was always Siddha. It's only that I never took effort to wash my face. I never made myself appear like Bhagwan. If I am willing to do that, I can very well see that okay, I am Bhagwan. Understood, Adi? Does it solve your query? I'm not sure if it does, but it's, see, the happiness, nobody wants to be Arihanta. First, we realize that, okay, there is one soul, and that soul has so many possibilities. The very soul can be a human, the very soul can be an animal, the very soul can go to the Swarga, or it can go to hell as well. But if dealt with well, with precaution, and if worked upon well, the very soul can actually realize liberation. The very soul can transform into Arihanta. So I'm not willing to be Arihanta. I'm just planning that how should I behave so that I retain my natural dharma, I retain my natural characteristics. I do not, my natural characteristics are not violent. But tomorrow, see, what if I die here, from here, and I take birth as a lion, as a tiger? Will I be a Jain tiger who does not eat animals? I'll be kind, no? No, because, see, today if you'll ask me to hunt down some animal, I cannot do it. I cannot even hurt a single animal, single bird. I'll not do it because as of now, I have a heart which is of human. And with all the moral values that I have garnered from my parents, from my community, from my teachers, I'm not able to practice that much violence, right? But the moment I take birth as a lion, the moment I take birth as a crocodile, alligator, I'll forget everything about this non-violence and forgiveness and everything, because that will not be in my character then. So who is changing these characters? This karma is changing these characters. It's making us, if I'm a cow, then you cannot make me, hunt down somebody. I'll be vegetarian. Okay, I'll not be cruel. I become a buffalo, I'll be vegetarian. If I become an elephant, huge, big, still I am vegetarian. I do not hurt anybody. Why a tiger is small, elephant is big? Why elephant is non-violent? Why does he not hunt animals down and eat them? He has the power to do so, right? But it's not in his make. It's not how he is programmed. So we all are being programmed by the karma. So when I realize that, okay, I'm neither violent nor non-violent. The moment I take the shape of a tiger, I become violent. The moment I become a human, I become non-violent. Means this human form is temporary, this non-violence is temporary, that animal form is temporary, that violence is temporary. But who am I? What is my real nature? Somebody is violent because he is taken into that character. I am like this because I am in the form of a human being. So will I always keep on changing these roles from kind to harsh to violent to non-violent? Or is there a way where I can settle down and remain at my nature, remain within myself? If I choose to stay still, remain within my boundaries, that state is called arihanta. That state is called siddha. See, let's say, Jia, we want to have warm water. Correct? We have to, I want some warm water to drink. Okay. How will you warm the water? How will you make the water hot? Jia.
Boil
Sorry.
it.
Yeah. So what do you need to, boil it?
A kettle.
Okay. And what else?
You can boil it in a kettle or you can boil it in a pan, saucepan.
Okay. And do you need fire? What if I don't have fire? Do you have a way to so that you can boil it?
On a stove.
On a stove, you can do it. Yes. What if you don't have a stove as well? Do you have any other way?
In the oven.
In the oven. Fine, you don't have oven as well. How can you do it? Or induction using electricity, right? What if we have nothing? Can we use solar power? Like we can concentrate on a lens, the sun rays, and boil it. Yes. So see, if you want to boil water, there are so many different ways, right? You can use electricity, you can use fire, you can use sunlight, right? Can you use all these things? Now, my simple question. Now you have to make the water cold. What do you need? The hot water, you do not want hot water, you want cold water. Not cold, I mean room temperature. You want water in room temperature. What do you need now?
You can just leave it.
You don't need anything, no electricity, no sun rays, no fire, nothing. It will come back to its own form automatically. See, so what does it tell us? When we have to deviate from our nature, we require external assistance. Water does not have the nature that it remains warm. It has a very soothing nature. It always remains very, very soothing, full of life. But when you have to make it hot, you'll have to take help from outside. You'll have to contact sun, you'll have to contact electricity, you'll have to contact fire, right? But when you have to ask water to regain its own form, to just come back to its own temperature, do you need any help from external resources? You don't. It will automatically come back to its own form. But if you want ice, again, you'll have to take the help of freezer. Correct? Because again, you are making water deviate from its natural course. Yes or no? Yes, Soham? Similarly, everything works in that fashion. So when you have to deviate soul from its natural path, then let's say, if you want some entertainment, you'll have to use some jokes, swings, entertainment, movies. If you want to make it, sad, then you'll have to use external conditions like, harsh conditions. scary conditions, all these things. But when you want the soul to retain its own nature, what will you do? You do nothing. Just like you leave the water, you leave the soul as it is. When the soul remains unaffected from external situations, it automatically comes back to it. That's how the Arhantas become. What do our Bhagwan? Have you ever been to temple? Obviously, you all have been to temple. Can you describe me what does Bhagwan do in the temple? What does he do? Have you seen Bhagwans? Adi, you'll tell us. What does he do?
Nothing, because he's not in the temple.
Okay. Then whom do you meet in the temple?
An idol.
Yeah, idol. So idol is Bhagwan. So just describe what does that idol do? The idol of Bhagwan, what does it do?
It sits and meditate.
It sits, put his hands on hands like this, right? And eyes on his nose. Correct? Both legs folded, both hands on hands. So literally, even if he wants to do something, he cannot do. His hands are binded, his legs are binded, its vision is binded. Yes or no? He's doing nothing. You know what is he saying? He's asking us to be just like water. Let go of all external situations. Let go of all external situations, and automatically you'll find that you are coming back to your own nature. So when somebody does nothing, he becomes Bhagwan. And whenever we are trying to do something, we become either human. So if we are doing something good, extraordinarily well, we'll become Deva. If we are doing something very bad, very violent, we'll go to hell. If we're doing some cheating, some lying, we'll become animal. If we are being honest and soft spoken, we'll remain humans. When we are doing something, we are becoming something. Jainism says when we don't do anything, we come back to our innate nature, that is being Siddha. So to become Bhagwan, you have to do nothing. To become human, you'll have to do something. To become a Naraki, you'll have to do something. To become a Dev, you'll have to do something. To become an animal, you'll have to do something. But to become Bhagwan, what will you have to do? Nothing. When we do nothing, we become Bhagwan. That's how the nature of everything is. When you do nothing to the water, it remains calm. When you exercise any external situation to it, it will either warm up or it will either get cold. So for that, you require a freezer or a boiler. But for water to remain as it is, you just have to leave it where it is. Just if it is there, it is going to be fine. So therefore, to be Siddha, we do not have to desire. We just have to be. When we just be and when we do not do anything, we automatically become Siddha. Okay, we also learned about this, that okay, we do not worship Bhagwan because of any ulterior motive. We do not want money from Bhagwan. We do not want help from Bhagwan, because we know even if I get money today, it's not going to stay with me for long. I'm going to spend it, or I'm going to die and it will remain here. Even if I ask for help, for how long can I postpone my old age? I'm going to get old someday, and this body is going to get decayed, and I'm going to die. So even health is not permanent. Wealth is not permanent. Health is not permanent. I cannot asking for the life of my family members, because I know everybody is growing old. So everybody will have to pass away. So therefore, we are very smart and intelligent people. We do not bother the Bhagwan for the things he cannot solve. He cannot give any permanent solution. If he gives us the wealth, if he gives us the health, if he gives us the long life, nothing is being sorted. It's not helping us. It's just addressing our problem for a decade, for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. Your money will help you for what, 30 years? Your good health will help you for what, 40 years? That's it, right? That's a very short-term solution. He's saying, okay, you are eternal soul. Nothing dies on this earth. So you have to think long-term. So even if I give you some money today, it will end tomorrow. But what if I give you yourself today and that will remain forever? So therefore, we do not bow down in front of the Parmeshthis for any materialistic motives. We only worship the Bhagwan so that we can become Bhagwan ourselves too. So in Jainism, we only worship the soul's realized attributes, qualities. Neither body do we bow down to, nor ancestry, nor caste, or creed, nor any particular form is adorable. Without defined realized attributes, nothing remains adorable. Thus, Jainism is attribute-oriented religion. It's not person-oriented. Because we do not have any materialistic motive, we do not just bow down anybody. We only bow down strictly the qualities of soul, which are Vitragta and Vigyanta. And because we want to attain those qualities, right? This is what we discussed a lot. And then we also, just quickly went through the number of Mool Gunas that each Parmeshti has. Arihanta Parmeshti has 46 Mool Guna. This is the qualification. Anybody with 46 Mool Guna will be called Arihanta. Siddha Parmeshti has 8 Mool Gunas. Acharya Parmeshti has 36 Mool Gunas. Upadhyaya Parmeshti has 25 Mool Gunas. And Sadhu Parmeshtis have 28 Mool Gunas, right? What are the names of those Mool Gunas is what we'll be learning the next year. It's not in our immediate syllabus. Then we also did this amazing data, which said that 5 Parmeshtis are nothing but the different form of soul itself. So if I go down to Arihanta or Siddhas or Acharyas, Upadhyas or Sadhus, there is a shortcut to it. Instead of going down, it would be better that I realize myself. If I know my soul, it is as good as going down to these 5 Parmeshtis because they too are submerged in the soul. Thus, to me, myself is the only abode. The Arihantas, Siddhas, Acharyas, Upadhyas, and Sadhus are 5 Parmeshtis, and they are nothing but the forms of this very soul that I have. Yes, I have this soul, and I can be Arihanta, Siddha, Acharya, Upadhyaya, or Sadhu. It's in me. Correct? This is what we did. And then we directly went on to see the universe as propagated by the Arihantas. We learned about this. This is the actual outline of the 3 worlds as mentioned in the Jain philosophy. It's a 343 cubic Raju volume of these 3 worlds. It has Urdhvalok, the upper world. This is the Urdhvalok, upper world of 7 Rajus. Then this is the lower world again of 7 Rajus. Then this distance is again of 7 Rajus. This is where we are right now, somewhere here in the Madhyalok. This is of 1 Raju. And top here is Siddha Bhagwan, Siddhishila, here like this. So this is of 1 Raju again. So this whole thing, the total height is 14 Raju, correct? 7 plus 7, 14. The width is 7 Raju. In at the bottom, in the middle, 1 Raju. At this point, it's 5 Rajus. And at this point, it's 1 Raju again. So the average width is 1 plus 5 plus 1, 7 plus 7, 14, right? And the depth is again 7 Raju from everywhere. 7 Raju, right? So if we do the math, 7 into 7 into 14 by 4. Sorry, 7 into 14, here 14. From here, we'll have to do 14. The 14 is height, length, into width and breadth. So 14 into 7 into 14. We'll do some maths. We'll have this as 7. We'll have this as 7. It will come to 7 cube. This will be 343. That is the actual volume of this universe. 343 cubic Raju. This is what we did. Correct? In this world, who lives in this world? There are 6 substances which live in this world. What are those 6 substances? Jivas, Pudgal, which is matter, Dharma is the medium of motion, Adharma is the medium of rest, Akash is space, and time is Kal. Correct? Jiva is the knower, the material world is Pudgal. Jiva and Pudgal, they both travel, they commute. It happens in the Dharma, medium of motion. We both rest as well. We all are sitting together right now. It's because of adharma. Where we travel is the space we call Akash, and the time that we take in traveling is called time. So these 6 things are filled in this universe. So this universe is made up of, is the collection of these 6 substances. Fine. What was the rule that we did? Like how these 6 substances function? We have astitva, vastutva, dravyatva, agrulagutva, pradeshatva, and prameyatva as the common attributes of these 6 substances. We call them as the constitution of this universe. So first and foremost, a quality is the astitva. We all exist. Yes? Do you exist? Are you? You are is one sentence. I am. I am. I have to acknowledge my existence. It's called astitva. So can we destroy this? Can we destroy it? Can you destroy a single thing? No, we cannot destroy anything. When I cannot destroy anything physically, on subconscious level, on the graph of the sentient beings consciousness level, not even the conscious thing can be destroyed, and therefore everything enjoys eternal existence. When something is there, that something must be of some work. It must be good for something, and therefore efficiency is the vastutva gun, which adds qualities to us. So the soul, I exist, and my quality is that I can know, I can feel. That's my efficiency. That's what I do. And dravyatva is the substantivity. I have the quality to know, and I can know. I'm knowing, I'm practicing, I am doing what I can do. It's called dravyatva. Agrulagutva is the protection layer, that I will always keep on knowing, and nobody can snatch away my power to know, my power to feel. You cannot snatch away from me my power to be. So that's Agrulagutva gun. Pradeshatva gun gives me shape, right? So can you feel yourself? Can you touch your thumb and you will still feel yourself? If somebody pinches you over here, you can feel it. So you are spread all over this body. This is called Pradeshatva gun. It has certain shape. And Prametva gun is that I can be known, I can be identified, so I'll never get lost. I'll never be missed. I can never be missed out in this universe. Nobody can destroy me, and I'll always be here. So that is the Prameyatva gun. So these 6 substances, together with these 6 common attributes, actually sustain the universe. Okay? You guys are getting what I'm talking, or it's only happening like the monologue way? You guys are getting, right? Simply we've done it all, right? Then we have special attributes as well. The soul knows everything, so it has the power to know. The Pudgal, it has made this world around us. It's all materials and things, right? Pudgal. Dharma is the medium, just like water is the medium to swim. Dharma is the medium to move from one place to another. Adharma is like the shelter of a tree. Like when you when it's very, very hot and the sun is just dancing on your head, and you see a great tree and there is a chair under the tree, you want to sit down on that chair and enjoy some rest. Similarly, the medium of rest actually lets us rest for some time. So that's adharma. Time is constantly running and space is everywhere, Akash. These are the spatial attributes. After learning about this, we learned about some basic structures. We call them Dravya, Gun, and Paryay. Right? Dravya, Gun, and Paryay. How does a thing function? Do you have a fan in your house? Do you have a fan in your house? Fan, right? Yeah. So you switch it on, right? Does it work when you switch it on? Yeah. How does it work? It keeps on moving, right? So if you make a fan move for 1 hour, where will it reach? In your neighborhood, will it go? Where will it travel to? It moves, right? So how many kilometers a day does it move? None. It's there yet moving. So it is there yet moving constantly. That's how the things work. A particular thing is there and it keeps on working in itself. A dravya is constantly there in itself and it keeps on working its paryay, right? So dravya, gun and paryay. Dravya is the main outer layer, which is kind of a box. Inside that box, there are many attributes which are put, and all those attributes have their functions. They function through paryay. So that is the setup, the internal structure of a dravya. There is a dravya which is the owner. The owner owns attributes, and all those attributes function. Fine. Yes. So we called it Utpad Vyay Dravya Yuktam Sat. So the Vastu, the owner is constant and the paryas are constantly changing. A new paryay takes birth, the old paryas goes away. Right? Understood? After this, we talked about the actual model which proved that okay, whether the afterlife exists, whether the soul is there for real, whether we are really eternal. And we learned it through the Pascal's wager. We learned it through the soul wager. We said there are only two possibilities. In the afterlife, we are there or we are not. Correct? Only two possibilities. And if I believe in the first possibility that the soul exists, afterlife exists, and karma exists, I will act accordingly. I'll lead a very simple, healthy, happy life. I'll respect everybody. I'll not provide harm to anyone. If after death there is an afterlife, it's a win-win position. I have infinite gains. And if the life does not exist, I have nothing to lose. I have only missed out on some parties. That's it, right? Correct. But what if I believe that the soul does not exist, afterlife does not exist, karma does not exist, and in reality, the life is actually there? I am going to suffer infinite losses. And if the afterlife doesn't exist, there is not like material gain. It's just that life ended. That's it. So if we do the math, the belief that the soul exists even after death, after life is there, the karmas are there, it's always going to be beneficial. And therefore, we must practice this belief that there is always a consequence to our action, and everything that we do is going to come back to us, right? And after this, we discussed about the seven tattvas. Jeev and Ajeev, the two main tattvas, six substances recategorized into Jeev and Ajiva. So Jeev is myself, Ajeev is everything else, including other Jivas. When I am confined to myself, Sattva, Nirjara, and Moksha happens. When this Jiva looks at a Jiva for its own happiness, then Ashraf and Bandh happens. Yes, the samsara happens when Jeev and Ajeev, they both are bounded together. When Jeev remains in itself and it does not expect anything from others, then the samvar, nirjara, and moksha happens. That is the whole summary of seven tattvas. Jiva is the knower, Ajiva is what can be known, and Jiva, liking Ajiva, is called ashram and bandhrag and dvesha. Karmic bondage happens. Four types of karmic bondage happens. The types of karmas, prakriti bandh, the quantity of karma, pradesh bandh, the duration of karma, sthiti bandh, and the intensity of karma, anubhag bandh. This is what we discussed in the last class as well. And then these are the 8 karmas, which actually are our friends since eternity, and we want to actually practice enemyhood with them. What are those 8 karmas? They are divided into 2. One is Ghatiya karma, other is Aghatya karma. Ghatiya karmas, they attack the innate attributes of the soul. So Gyan is attacked by knowledge obscuring karma. Darshan is attacked by perception obscuring or Darshana Varniya karma. Then there is Mohaniya karma, which dilutes. mithyatva and ragdvesh. And then there is antaraya karma, which is obstructive, which does not let us do what we want to do, right? And then there are 4 karmas which are related to the external conditions. These are called aghatya karma, ayu karma, which determines age, physique determination done by nam karma, status determination done by gotra karma, and all our feelings of happiness and sadness is decided by vedaniya karma. These are the 8 karmas which Siddha Bhagwan has destroyed to become Siddha, which this soul can attain by doing nothing. The moment we do something, we attract karmas. So the moment we stop doing everything, as in not just lying on the bed and sleeping and being lazy, that's even that is a work. That is something that we do. When we concentrate on our soul and just desire nothing, in that state, we get rid of these karmas and then truly become Parmeshthis ourselves. Right? Any questions in this? Anything that you did not understand? So I'll share the short notes and summaries of whatever we did. We'll have a small test. It will be open book test. You can use the notes that will be given to you. And it would be just optional, like what, 20, 30 minutes test. Please attempt it. If you have any questions, do write it to me. I'll resolve it. And then we'll resume after the holidays. Okay? Do you have anything to say? Any questions to ask? Nothing? Sure. Let's do Jnani Stuti quickly. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए छिन्नवाणी मां को वंदना शत बार है उसके लिए छिन्नवाणी मां को वंदना शत बार 9 times from Karma. Luchin Dharmanu Jai Ho. Jai Shirendra, thank you.
There's
Thank you.
Right.
Jai